Al congresso FLORetina Icoor 2022 di Roma, uno dei più importanti al mondo per le patologie della retina, abbiamo incontrato Sascha Fauser, Global Head of Ophthalmology di Roche. Con lui abbiamo fatto il punto sull'impegno di Roche in oftalmologia per conoscere le ricerche in questo ambito e in particolare quelle sul primo anticorpo bispecifico approvato per questa indicazione, che ha avuto da poco il via libera a livello europeo e che tra non molto dovrebbe essere disponibile anche nel nostro paese.
Dr. Fauser, first of all, could you please tell us the commitment of Roche in ophthalmology?
Yeah, at Roche in general we have a long-term commitment. So we really want to make drugs that are differentiated, that are not just copies. And now specifically in ophthalmology, we have really the idea to change the field, to bring in real innovation. And so to give you an idea, at the moment we have many studies in all the clinical stages, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. And the primary focus at the moment are retinal diseases.
Okay, let's go into the topic of the symposium of today. Why you have decided to study a bispecific antibody?
We start with the idea that the anti-VEGFs are really great drugs and have revolutionized the treatment of retinal diseases. But we also see the unmet need despite these drugs, so which is obvious because you cannot treat these complex diseases by neutralizing only one cytokine. So we have to go beyond anti-VEGF, and that's why we came up with bispecific antibodies. So we want to treat and keep the VEGF benefits, but at the same time add another aspect for the disease.
So which are the two targets of the antibody?
So our front runner is an antibody that targets VEGF and then angiopoietin 2.
And they are very specific?
What's very interesting about this antibody that it can bind both targets, so the VEGF and the angiopoietin 2 at the same time without having a compromise in binding affinity and so on.
And it has also an impact on the safety of the product, this mechanism of action?
No, we really looked very closely into this question, but we have a very good safety profile, and now we have the experience with 200,000 to 300,000 patients and, in the US and worldwide, and we haven't seen any unusual safety signal here.
Let's go to Faricimab. It's already on the market in many countries. Which is the clinical experience of the product, the clinical data that you can provide to ophthalmologists?
I mean, what we've seen in the phase 3 studies is really a very long durability. So many patients can be treated every 12 or 16 weeks, which is really a big change for the patients. But it's also, in the end, a driver of efficacy because most patients are undertreated in the real world setting. And so I think it will really make a difference for patients.
Is the most durable drug of this kind at the moment?
It is. So this dual mechanism actually provides both the typical effects that are known for the anti-VEGF treatment, but also based on its mechanism, it also provides some vascular stability, and that's what also can drive durability.
Yes. Which is the effect on the two diseases?
So we see a very fast drying of the intra and subretinal fluid. So the retina gets thinner and then the vision improves. But as I said, what's also very important that this effect lasts very long, because what happens is that we neutralize the angiopoietin 2, which allows then the angiopoietin 1 to work, and angiopoietin is a very important factor for homeostasis, to stabilize the vasculature. And I think that's what we've seen in the preclinical setting. And that's what is probably also taking place here in the clinic.
Yes, before you were mentioning the real-life data of the drug, of Faricimab. Could you please summarize what you are looking at?
So, as I said, worldwide we've seen now the patients treated with 200,000 to 300,000 doses of Vabysmo. And so we see that from this experience that the effects that we've seen in the big studies, in the phase 3 studies, are experienced here as well, but we also see a very clean safety profile, which is typical for anti-VEGFs, but there's no additional safety signals coming up.